Here we go. Thank you for all the birthday wishes today. Moving into a new day now. It's nearly sundown. Day 29. What a nice day. What a nice few days. What a life. I am giving gratitude and thanks for my life. This beautiful interaction that I'm having with this fast, and the will and love and light and peace and joy and harmony and all those things that are attempting to reawaken in me, in my cells, in my mind, in my eyesight, my gut, my heart, my cells, my bones, my blood. And this is so well worth it. Just that small step backwards, in order to go forwards again. It's a beautiful thing, really, to think seasonally and to do that what is according to that season. Difficult, I know, when we're all driven by the clock, the 9 to 5, 9 to 9 these days for some people. Yeah, my heart goes out to everyone in this position, So, what can we do to empower each other or help each other in reaching or leaving behind that way of life in the possible breakaway to a new way of being, And so what can you do? That's the question. What can you do within what it is your routine is, I mean, what small move can you make, in your life, that might enhance your body, your mind, your spirit, your gut, and those around you, your friends, your brothers and sisters, your parents, your family, your relatives, your aunties, your uncles, your extended brothers and sisters, your friends, in relation to who you are, be it a poet, a listener, a writer, a conversationist, are you the one that inspires those at work or play or, wherever you are, on the internet, social media, all these places where we have this opportunity to lead by example, to inspire each other, So today's communion is the angel of earth, and I hope I got it down. If not, I might take a couple of attempts, And this is all about the food and giving gratitude and thanks. I did the fifth communion ahead of the fourth because I struggled with this one because it's a bit longer, and I haven't practiced it as much. And I think it's relevant to this day. Today's my birthday, starting from sunset last night. So technically, yes, I'm going to end that within the hour for the sunset tonight. And but today I fasted. I allowed myself to have a couple of apples, because Paddy's Day I'm heading off out. I'm going to be out parading and stuff, and so I thought, well, I've got to have something. I can't just do water. So I decided to give myself 5 apples a day. So in effect, it's going to be an apple and water fast. Just so that if I get that kind of in the crowd, I'm out and about, that I've got this apple I can fall to. And apples are also good for cleansing, so they'll help me anyway. So that's my mission, instead of going out there celebrating with the usual thing that we do, lots of cake and food and beverages and party for some people. I'm 48. and I'm standing up to my age. I'm 48 years young, and I'm going to do the opposite and just continue this what I've set myself to do, you know. And yeah, it's just it feels good. It feels good. I have moments of bliss, and you know, it's not for it's just for one season. I have 3 more seasons to enjoy the fruits and foods of those seasons, and the practice itself in you know abstinence is it's an amazing thing. It's like just the taste of those apples, you know, that one apple, it just, I've never tasted the apple like the way I'm tasting an apple now. You know, food itself, like even the quinoa and the kale tastes sweet because I have no sweet sugar in my system, that crystal white sugar, you know, that is laced at everything, you know. Now, I've been practicing for a good few years, you know, good 20 years on and off with this battle I had with sugar. You know, back to the day when I recognized I had a problem. And it still had a hold on me all throughout the years, like tobacco, you know, and yeah, I've had my moments with alcohol, but it's never really been much of a problem like tobacco has, or sugar. And in effect, alcohol is sugar, you know, in kind of the bad alcohol which exists out there. Mass production again, you know, the mass production of things has killed off any potential medicinal properties that some of these things might have represented or been in an original form. So you know, so we can fight this, you know, tooth and nail if we want. You know, we can debate this till the cows come home and keep coming up against each other. And as I said before, you know, there's no one better doctor in this world than you yourself. You know, and honesty is the key. Honesty is the key. We don't go to the doctor and say, doctor, you know, this is what I've been doing. We go to the doctor, we go, something wrong with me, please tell me there's something wrong with me, you know, because it's easier sometimes. It's easier for them to diagnose you and give you a pill and a prescription, you know, and that's what they do today. You know, and what a waste of time and energy, you know, when you know, doctors should be available, you know, only for those people that are really sick and truly in need, you know. I went to try and register myself to the doctors today, and no, sorry, we're not taking anybody on, we're not taking anybody on, we're not taking anybody on, we're not taking anybody on. There's no one, I can't even get into a doctor. I haven't been to a doctor for 20 years, maybe once, briefly, twice maybe, like in 20 years, and just to check something out. You know, not like I was in real need. And you know, I'm just doing it now because I want to get my medical card, you know, so I can get my free tooth, you know. I get 2 teeth for free on a kind of a similar NHS thing here. But I don't even need to see the doctor, but you know, I can't register with one. And so, you know, there's this extreme, isn't there, you know, where there's this certain people with real, you know, addiction problems, you know, that can be sorted out without the reliance on the system, you know. Because, you know, I mean, I know someone, a friend that had a sister who had 100 call-outs. It's not cheap, you know, to send an ambulance to somebody, you know. And this person was just abusing alcohol. And, you know, when there's real people in need, and what a strain on the resources and stuff. So, you know, we can see, you know, why everything's so uneven, you know. So, you know, my goal here also is to have that understanding, you know, that I don't want to be a doctor, you know, but when I meet people who want to be doctors, you know, I often put them off. I said, wouldn't we be better off catching them before they get to the hospital? Now that's education, and that's who we are potentially, sharing information, you know, passing things on, you know, empowering each other, inspiring each other, you know, and taking the strain off the system so that it's working and available for those who are really in need. You know, maybe the dream one day, if this was part of the curriculum, you know, I wouldn't mind sending my child to school then if it was part of the curriculum to learn how to grow vegetables and learn about health, you know, and teach them, educate them in ways that yes, eventually ends up with them, you know, a small minority of people in need, and maybe not that much need for the hospitals themselves, the ones that are already existing, instead of this idea that we have to keep building more and more and more and more, you know, while we get more and more and more and more messed up. So respect to the Mother Earth, respect to your food, respect and gratitude and thanks for everything that we get, you know, and less is more. The fourth communion. Angel of earth, she who brings forth corn and grapes from the fulness of the earth, she who brings children from the loins of husband and wife, he who would till the earth with the left arm and right, unto him would she bring forth an abundance of fruit and grain, golden-hued plants growing up from the spring. As far as the earth extends, as far as the rivers stretch, as far as the sun rises, to impart their gifts of food unto man. This wide earth do I praise, the productive, the full-bearing, thy mother holy plant. Yea, we praise the land where thou dost grow, sweet-scented, swiftly spreading the good growth of the Lord. He who grows grass, corn, and fruit, soweth the law, and his harvest shall be bountiful, and his crop shall be ripe upon the hills. As a reward for the followers of the Lord, the Great Spirit sent the angel of earth, holy messenger of the earthly mother, to make the plants to grow, that the earth may never be, that the earth may fill the womb of woman, and the earth may never be without the laughter of children. A couple of lines there got mixed up, but you get it. So that's the angel of earth. Very important, you know, when we look at food in itself, because we're so disconnected from the land, you know, and our whole life is based around the supermarket and the shop, and very few of us buy from even a market where we're interacting with the grower or those producers, you know, of that food, and you know, that's okay for the most part. This is just a reality, you know, but we can do our best to bring back some kind of a connection to our food by at least buying good organic, you know, local produce, you know, and preparing that ourselves, because, you know, as I said before, I think a lot of what's missing today is the human touch, you know, because the further it goes away from you in relation to the supermarket and, you know, the buying of eating out, etc., you know, there's a lot of stress in those restaurants and cafes and those sandwiches and ready-made foods, and, you know, the people that are working within that environment they're stressed too, and you know, so, you know, to try and fix your own food, especially for your children, you know, make a big difference as well. And giving gratitude and thanks for every aspect of that food, you know, from the seller to the buyer, to the producer, to the planter, to every single person that's handled that, you know. And this can make a big difference, you know. And praying in a way, you know, giving gratitude, you know, you have to be all this holding hands around the table and blah 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 blah, giving grace and other. Just do something in your mind, you know. Just stop for a second, you know, a few seconds only, and give gratitude and thanks. You know, this intention will make a big difference, you know. So blessed be today, and lots of love and peace and unity in your life, you know.